show o'clock.
I did
Fabulous. What?
I just had a visual. I just had a
It was a
visual.
lot.
I had a visual.
Proud of it.
Hold on, let me turn this.
Look at that. We almost made it back in time.
Wow. Hey, folks. That was interesting.
Well, I was like, oh my God, I don't know if I cleared enough space because
Oh,
I need to start pulling some of our shows off the hard drive. This is insider baseball. It doesn't matter to you.
right.
But once you've reached a certain amount of time, it just like shuts you off.
Oh, okay.
So I definitely didn't want to do that, especially since we have guests coming into the studio today.
Right.
I didn't want to just have the show shut off.
Wouldn't have been a good thing. Not a good
No.
impression to make to people.
Hi, welcome. Come on over. Nope, you can't.
No,
Sorry.
you can't. Sorry. Not enough room.
Can't play with you today. Happy Tuesday, Hank.
Hello. How are you?
I just have a lot of projects that
Yeah.
I'm cleaning up. I feel
Mhm.
like August is ending with a bang.
Yes.
And I'm just like, oh, why I didn't get to this? Like all the stuff I was like,
Yeah,
I've
all of
got
a su-
plenty of time.
All of a sudden, it's like, oh my God, it's over.
I got plenty of time. I don't.
No.
I've got this weekend, which we're going to see my father-in-law. And then next weekend, Lily moves into college.
Right.
And then the J1s leave,
And that's, I still, boys and girls, I still haven't seen the J1s.
which is bizarre to me. Well, apparently they left you a present in the form of a clogged toilet. So sorry.
Yeah, well, that's okay. I came downstairs and I said to Steph, I didn't do it.
Ah!
But,
You're not the first and you won't be the last, Hank.
right.
That's
I know,
the way it
I know,
is.
but I didn't do it.
So what's going on in the world of Hank right now?
Hey, look at this. Like this bracelet?
I love it.
This is, we talk all the time about the Mashpee Farmers and Artisans Market, and we talk about not only the farmers that are there, but the artisans that are there. And one of the artisans that is there, I guess, it's called Make Your Mark. And 2 weeks ago, I was looking at her, all the things that she had, and she had bracelets for men. And I very quickly told the sad story of a rather expensive bracelet that I bought a couple of years ago with a tiger's eye in it. And my dad had a tiger's eye ring.
Yeah.
No one knows where it went, but I don't know if it went in the ground with him or what, but no one knows where it is. And I had gotten this bracelet because the tiger's eye was in it. And it was one of those bracelets that you took off and then you screwed it back in.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. And it never quite screwed in tight even when I bought it. And one day I was wearing it and it was gone.
Oh.
And she said to me, "Oh, I work with Tiger's Eye. Would you like me to make you one?" And I said, "Sure."
She was so cute too. She's like, I don't know if Hank's going to be here today, but I have his bracelet. Here you
Right,
go. And I was like, oh,
And it's really nice. It really is.
I also bought your eggs. Apparently you put eggs aside and forgot. So I ended up buying them and then I ended up using them. So
Oh.
thank you.
Well, he was going to tell me whether he got eggs or not. Oh, sorry, Mari.
So I ended up with your eggs and that's fine.
That's
I've
right.
been
They're
using them.
very good, by the way.
They're delicious. Good
Yep.
morning, Ashley. Thank you for joining the show. I got a interesting message from a mutual friend of ours. I will have to relate that to you a little bit later. We're taunting people.
Oh, we are?
Yeah. So just some interesting stuff, some developments, if you will. So I will talk to you post show about some of our endeavors that we're working on together. Yeah, this summer is just ended. Over. Get
I know,
to school.
bang. I know.
Get to school.
All of a sudden, I'm saying to Mariana, you had the whole summer to finish that book.
Oh my God, the summer. Who?
You got a
moms,
week, honey.
Dads, friends, people, are you struggling getting your children to read? Finishing that dang summer reading. Somebody posted a photo of her son summer reading on yesterday when I was like, post a photo of anything, and it was her son reading. I was like, oh, how'd you get that done? And she's like, no, I've scheduled it like appointments.
Oh, gee.
So now I've just scheduled it like an appointment where he goes and that's it. This is the time. He's got to read it. He's got to finish it. And then, of course, my son, I got all the time. We're going to Vermont. There's nothing up there but trees. I'll have time to read.
No, he won't.
I know he won't.
He'll be climbing the tree.
I'll be in the car. Oh, reading in the car makes me sick. I've heard all of the excuses. I already know how it's going to go down.
He's not
He
gonna do it.
has been reading. It's just not enough.
Yeah.
And since he's Mr. Honors Pants,
Mhm.
more is expected of him.
Correct.
Where he was like, "Oh, I'm going to drop this class. Why? Because I'm lazy." It's like, that is not happening.
No,
Sorry,
no.
buddy.
But I have good news.
Yes.
We finally got onto Power School yesterday.
Oh, yay.
Boy, that was a struggle.
So lucky we are. So lucky.
Wow. And the stuff that we were looking for wasn't there, but at least we're on now and we know where to find it and how to get in. And wow.
It's a struggle. Moms, dads, caregivers, I see you.
Right.
It's only just begun. I keep singing that song to myself in the background.
Carpenters, right?
Right?
Wow.
Like, thanks, Karen. I appreciate it. My son's already started with the football. Mom, I need a ride. Mom, I need a snack. Mom, I need a mouth guard. Mom, I need new shoes. Mom, I'm like, oh my God, I can't make a list. Just make a list.
Right. I'll just start putting my little shekels aside.
There are no more shekels.
There are no more shekels.
We just paid for college. There's no more shekels.
Oh, okay. Then it's okay. Which credit card can we safely use?
Oh my God. I was looking through all of them yesterday and I was like, why are there so many? Why do I have this? This is not a good place for me to be. My American Express bill is over here. Just throw this away.
Don't leave home without it.
I'd like
And
to
apparently
leave
you
home
don't.
without it. Damn it. It's National Radio Day.
It is.
It is.
I did not know that. Happy National Radio Day.
Happy National Radio Day. Here we are broadcasting on our stream. And if you're just finding us for the first time, well, welcome.
Mhm.
We're Hank and Stephanie here Tuesdays, most Thursdays, not this week because I'm away. But thank you very much to Mash PTV who's offered us their studio. So we're going to be in there on Thursdays when we
That was a
start
lot
again.
of fun.
Yeah, right?
A little scary when they got us started and then everybody left.
They're like, bye. I'm like, where are you all going? You're just leaving us here. What if something breaks?
And we were in front of the camera and there was no one behind the camera.
Right? Hey, it was fine. It was
It would work, thank God. But if anything happened, we wouldn't have known. We would have kept talking.
right.
Right? If the thing just kind of dropped all of a sudden, we would have because there wouldn't have been anyone there to.
Hank and Stephanie to tell us, shut off. It's not working. No one could hear you anymore. It was like, okay, it's working. Bye, you two.
Right, by you two. All right.
Can't leave us alone.
No.
Good morning, Emily. Thank you for
No.
joining us. Cindy, good morning. Early bird. Are those my eggs? Thank you. I had a full day yesterday where I sent the whole family into a tizzy.
You did.
Uh-huh.
How?
Because every single time I do dishes, I'm like, oh, it's just me doing dishes again. It's actually like a running joke. It's twice a day where I'm doing everyone's dishes
Mhm.
and no one ever steps up to do them. No one ever, whatever. But I make a pronouncement every time. It's like Groundhog Day.
Right.
Oh, look, it's me. Oh, full six of dishes again. Wonderful.
And no one apparently seems to care.
No. So then my husband got mad about something in the garage. And then apparently I was the one who brought the bad mood to the house.
Oh, because you were complaining about the dishes.
Right. Everything was
see.
fine before I entered and had to do the dishes again. Then it put everybody in a bad mood.
Oh, okay.
And by the way,
Yes.
he has forgotten our anniversary
When is it?
this week,
Uh-huh.
tomorrow.
No, he hasn't.
Yes.
No,
He
he's going to
absolutely
come
did.
through. He's going to come
We
through.
were setting up on Monday for trivia yesterday, and one of our friends walked over and gave us a gift card. One of our teams, our regular teams, just because.
Yeah.
They're like, you do so much for us. You entertain us. We thank you so much.
Isn't that sweet?
Here's a gift card. Well, a couple of weeks ago, they asked where our favorite place to go was.
Right.
So I just said, oh, we love to go there. It's very occasional when we go there because it's expensive.
Mhm.
But they came over with a gift card for us, a very nice gift card,
Very
way more
nice.
than we deserve. I'll tell you that right now. And I was like, oh, isn't that nice? And our anniversary is this week. And my husband looked over at me, panicked. He's like, no, it's not. I said, it is. It's not this week. Is it?
oh, Cliff, come on, buddy.
Then I looked at the calendar. I'm like, you're joking, right? It's Wednesday. No, it's not. I said, oh, we're celebrating our birthday while you're at Cape Cod Beer and I'm at Sandwich Taverna. It's
Mhm.
going to be so romantic.
That's right.
Separate gigs for us.
It's like separate beds.
Whatever. It's 21 years. So 21 years we'll be married tomorrow.
Well, congratulations.
Yeah, I will. We still like each other most of the time.
Most of the time.
Except when I bring the bad mood to the house.
and that's all you can ask for is most of the time. After all those
Exactly.
years, most of the time is a great accomplishment.
Oh my God. Then there was me and Savannah downstairs singing If You're Happy and You Know It, Clap Your Hands. We enjoy that.
Mhm.
I very much enjoy having the sounds of babies and, babies needing things around the house. I miss it very,
Right.
very much. I do.
Mhm.
I mean, I don't miss like all the care involved.
Right. I was going to say there's parts of this you don't miss.
Not at
You
all.
never want to do again.
Nope. I'm good with that. I'm super good with that. Our question of the day is something about grandma. I saw a thing that like grandma did this best.
Oh, all right.
And August always made me think of my grandmother. She was an amazing cook. She was an amazing musician. She was an amazing, funny lady. Pretty much nothing she couldn't do. I mean, she raised 8 kids in times of war by herself, basically. But she would always make, because we had so many August birthdays, she'd make these angel food cakes.
Really?
With this like meringue. And each of the girls had their own color meringue.
Yeah.
Every year for their favorite color. And there'd be like 8 cakes on the kitchen table in the month of August. And we would just absolutely love this. And it wasn't particularly the most delicious thing ever. It was just something that made me smile, made me happy, made me think of my grandmother, and made me think of August. So what did your grandmother do that was like the best thing ever is what we're talking about?
I only had one grandmother because my
Same.
Because my mom, my dad's mother died when he was a
Same.
teenager. But when you said that, what came into my mind was, this would be my mother's mom. She could do amazing things with Bisquick.
Really?
Yes.
Okay. Just make something out of nothing. We got the Bisquick.
Make something
we can make
out of
anything.
nothing with Bisquick, and I just flashed on this.
Dumplings, biscuits, pancakes. What do you want?
Right. Being on vacation down here in the Cape, me and my younger brother saying, Nana, just make us Bisquick, please. Make us Bisquick.
That didn't matter.
You don't, folks, that's like a long time ago that this all of a sudden has popped into my mind.
I love it. But that's what we do.
She also had a real fur coat back then when you had real fur coats.
You fancy.
And when we would go out back in the day when things like car seats and everything and child safety wasn't a big deal, my younger brother would be in the front seat with my folks and whatever little chair they put him in, and I would be in the back seat with my grandparents. And particularly in the wintertime, if it was late and I was tired, I'd fall asleep in my grandmother's lap on her fur coat.
Oh, look at this one.
Wow.
Raised in such poverty times.
Wow.
I only slept on fur coats.
You have dragged me way back in time.
We've unlocked a great memory. I love it.
Wow. Wow.
It's perfect. I saw that, today's National Radio Day made me think of Grandma. Radios and Rainbows. Apparently, Kate Pearson from the B-52s now lives on Cape Cod.
I saw that this morning.
And so she is doing a free show.
Is she?
At Waquasit.
Really?
And it's called Radios and Rainbows.
Really?
And she's doing it on Wednesday. And I think you can sign up to go. It's very bizarre how they do their free shows, but there's only so much parking. There's only so much room for people, and depending on who's going to show up, but it's free. And it's happening on Wednesday. So that's kind of a cool little thing that she's doing. And welcome to Truro, Kate Pearson.
Right. And she just moved here recently.
Well, she owned property here that she was renting. She kind of had these cute cabins in Truro that she revamped and did it her style, because she's got a funky, eclectic kind of style.
Gee, that's a stunner.
I know. And then she's decided to move here permanently. Like, this is her main residence.
Wow.
So welcome. Winters are long, Kate.
Yep.
Buckle up.
Yep. Rock Lobster, you're in the right place.
Well, we've got Stacia Bradley in the waiting room, and I feel like we should just bring her on.
Yes, we do. Let's bring her on.
Because, I mean, between traffic, people, things going on in town, Sandwich Scoop always does such a really good job of covering this and making sure everybody's getting along. Stacia Bradley, thank you so much for joining us on the show.
Hi. Thanks for having me.
Thank you for joining us.
Hi, Hank.
You doing well?
Yeah, I am actually bright and early this morning. I don't know how you guys do this every day.
Oh, well. So first question, is everyone behaving on Sandwich Scoop right now?
Fingers crossed, over the past couple of days. Yes. Yep. We're doing okay this week. And for the most part, yeah. As you know, Hank, you're on there pretty often. We surge, we ebb and we flow there.
So if you're just joining us and wondering who Stacia is, she manages the Sandwich Scoop, which is a local town page for the town of Sandwich. You've got over 12,000 people that are in this group, and it's a very vocal, active group. You are very busy managing what people have to say on this.
Yep, I am. You know what? Not always easy. I work full time. I've got a family. I got a house, like all of us. I started this in 2011 when Facebook was new. And honestly, it was completely selfish in motive. I had moved here in 2001. Facebook was new. I thought, where the heck do people find a plumber or a hairdresser or, what have you? So I was sitting at a Little League game and all of a sudden I just thought, you know what, I'm going to try a Facebook page. And town Facebook pages weren't really anything at the time. So I created the page, begged my friends, literally was hitting invite. And people are like, what is this? And then I called it the Scoop and everybody assumed it was going to be about ice cream. So I just kept adding people. And then some other Facebook groups went south and more people came on. So yeah, it's been a wild ride. It's been going on for almost 14 years now. And it isn't always easy, but I love providing a service for the community. That's what drives me.
You do a really, really good job. I know between spam and between just trolls, people just stirring the pot for no other reason, but they know it'll get the community going. And you identify them right away. You know who they are.
Oh yeah, we have a no-fly list here.
I love that. And then the known offenders. You're like, you're on watch. You're on watch, buddy.
Yeah. You know what? I hadn't really been kind of the authoritarian about deleting people. Lately, I think, and when Hank and I talked prior to me coming on, one of the things he presented to me was, the changing climate and the tone of, what's going on Twitter and what's going on other Facebook pages.
Right.
And I'm still a believer in civility and kindness. I really think at the end of the day, kindness is going to win here. I don't believe we're all neighbors at the end of the day. And I don't care if you live in Falmouth or Mashpee or anywhere else on Cape. We could all see each other at Mashpee Commons at Stop and Shop. It's too easy to hide behind a keyboard and say offensive things and be nasty. And it's not my tone. So even when it drains me, I put in the work to maintain what my original mission was civility. So yeah, that's what I've always wanted the page to be about. And hopefully I'm able to maintain it. The ducks go astray a couple of times, here and there. But
well, you're not on 24 hours a day. Stuff does get through.
No. I can't be. And you know what? There have been times when I've had some help. I've had some other moderators. That's got to be a perfect relationship too. You've got to all kind of be on the same page. And we were for the most part, but people get busy and they've got other stuff going on in their lives. And so, it's me at the moment and I do the best job I can, but occasionally, life happens.
I loved that you were prepping to come on the show and you had asked the community, what are some of the things that you like and what are some of the things that you don't like about this page? And I took a screenshot of one because I really loved it. Candy Thompson said, it was awesome. I love her.
Yeah, I love Candy's a really positive
But what she said was, she's like, it's like sitting in a local diner. You get some good local news, some local bad news. You cheer achievements. You mourn a passing. You pick up some local gossip. You learn what town officials are up to. You can pick up a bargain, get a heads up on a skilled craftsman, and answer to a call to action. The Scoop is funny, bodacious, empathetic, and stubborn, but mostly polite. It is what every town needs a few of. And I thought it was really, really awesome.
That's very nice.
Yeah.
Gulp. She's the best. I mean, honestly, she's such a great contributor. And I don't know if, you follow enough, but she, has created Stacia's Scoop University and she posts all these civic. I love it.
That's awesome.
Yep.
I love it.
Yeah.
So we all learn about town government as well. So, that's been a new plot twist, and I'm here for it.
Right. And she's someone who has used it for good. I mean,
Yeah.
particularly with the town government kind of thing. She's hopped on a couple of issues. She's explained things to people. She's talked some people off the cliff a couple of times. No, she's one of the really, and there are many positive
because
contributors.
Facebook has become an outlet for people. It's become
Yeah.
a place where we can go and connect, and we don't have to, there's not a bar to entry. You know what I mean? You can just be
Right.
whatever you want to be that day. And the new anonymous postings.
Yeah.
What do you do?
I get a hard time about that one. Not everybody loves it. I think there's value in it.
I agree.
I think that there are certain times when somebody's looking for a divorce attorney, or, they're looking for a therapist for their child. It's not fair to ask them to expose themselves to ask a legitimate question
Right.
that deserves a solid answer without people speculating and gossiping. So I'm keeping it. I take a hard time for it, but it's here to stay.
I think it's important. I really do. And just because you don't like it or don't want to engage it or think, it's not for you to think what other people feel. So
Right.
sometimes you just have to look at it and move on with your day and decide how you feel about it and keep it to
Absolutely.
yourself.
Absolutely.
It's okay to have feelings about things.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
And there's
Yep.
a fine line.
Yeah.
Yeah. And there's a fine line between having a strong opinion and being rude.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I don't mind opinions. And I think if you've been a long time member of that page, you see, I'll let things go to a certain point. But I would say the worst thing that I've been accused of is censorship, or, not believing in free speech. Neither could be further from the truth. I believe in them with every fiber of my being, but do so on your own page.
Right.
If you want to do so civilly on the Scoop, I'm probably going to let it go to a certain point. The second it goes below the belt, it gets nasty. Like I said, we're all going to see each other. Some people at Little League games, at soccer, wherever. Let's be kind. You
Yeah.
can have an opinion without being nasty.
I think every page also has their tone.
Yeah.
And then when they get sick of the tone that is going up at the town page, somebody starts a new town page.
Oh,
So
yeah.
Falmouth has got like
I was
4
going to say
town
Falmouth has
pages.
a couple.
Well, Falmouth is also a very large area. So you have your North Falmouth people that don't believe the same as your East Falmouth people that are very different from your Woods Hole crew.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
there are difference of opinions, and ultimately I feel like it turns political. And
It
this is the
does.
season in which we're getting into the politics a lot more. On a side note, I just saw that in Cheyenne, Wyoming, they have an AI chatbot running for town office. So, I mean, guys, it
Yeah.
could be weirder for us,
It
okay?
could be weirder. It could be. Yes. Yep. I'm glad we haven't gone there yet.
Ashley says, I've got a great divorce attorney. Ditch him quick and hide. Thank you very much. And you know what? I feel like that is it. These town pages are here for levity. They're here for resources.
They
And
are, or to end up on Nobody Cares Anthony.
exactly.
It's a good day when you're not there. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I totally agree. And that's the tone. There are other pages that are way less moderated. I am absolutely, and I repeat in every one of my soapbox posts that, you can go elsewhere. There'll be no hard feelings. Leave the page. If this is too moderated for you, there are other options.
That's it.
And
Yes, there
are
are
a few that are very, very unmoderated. For whatever reason, I just don't believe in that. So even if I'm awake at 2:00 in the morning, I'm hitting delete.
There you go. If I've got to check on it, then I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
I've got an events page and we've got over 7,000 people in it, but I'm finding a lot more spam. That's driving me crazy. Do you, what is your deal with that? How do you investigate someone?
Well, that's the tricky
Some
part.
stuff is not what you think it is. And then you're like, oh, wait a minute. No, that's just a regular person. Or is it?
It is almost a full-time job. I'm going to sheepishly admit to you guys, there are 479 people asking to join the Sandwich Scoop. It is totally time consuming because I do not just hit approve all. I vet people, I require, and I write this right when you hit the request to join button. I need you to have a profile picture. I ask a couple of questions. You got to, Donald Duck, it's probably not going to be approved. And then, I really do try to do, and some people think this is creepy. It's not in an effort to be creepy. It's in an effort to keep the tenor of the page where I want it. And so I kind of try to drill down. Do we have mutual friends? Do you, have you acknowledged that you even live on the Cape?
Right.
Can I find anything Cape or Sandwich related in your profile? Excuse me. So it's like, it takes me a long time to do the approvals. And then, as you know, Stephanie, it gets weird. It gets weird.
Yeah.
There are a lot of people. You click on their profile and it's, Catherine Smith, and it says Catherine has his profile locked, and there's all sorts of weird stuff. And then people from Dubai and Africa, and you're wondering what. So yeah, I really do try to drill down.
Are they a J1 or do they care? I don't even know. Is this real? I don't know.
Yeah,
does their grandmother live here? Did she retire to here?
Yeah, exactly. So I try to do the best job. And then, those damn duck cleaners. Oh my God, duck cleaners. And what are the other ones? There's a couple that are like standard. Mobile auto detailers.
Yep. You're like, stop.
I've got my Scoop police though. They hit the report button like nobody's business. So.
I absolutely love that. We've got a bunch of people in our community that report people up at the wazoo, and I'm like, oh, good, I didn't see that one stuck through. Thank you.
Yep. Ding, ding, ding.
Once again, I don't have eyes in the back of my head, and I don't need all of that nonsense. And God forbid somebody clicks something and then all of a sudden gets a virus or loses their whatever page, and it's all because of something that we had listed for a little while. Like, it drives me crazy.
Yeah,
people are scammers. I feel like I'm always waiting to be scammed, and especially on social media, I'm like, don't buy anything from social media. And I feel bad for small businesses that are out there selling their stuff, and I'm like, okay, I don't know how else to help you.
My mom has been a victim several times. So I am a big believer, my mom is out there in Sandwich somewhere, and could click on these and, be expecting the duck cleaner to show up. And, I try to catch those, and I'm so grateful for the people on the page who light me up with the notifications.
Exactly. Yeah. Thank you very much. Yeah. Anything else that you want people to know when they're engaging their town pages, or things you want to ask, Hank?
No, I think that's a good question. I mean, what are some of the things that people should consider if they're going to participate on a town page?
Yeah, like, why do you want to be a part of this? I definitely ask for your motivations, because I mean, if you're going to be contributing.
That could be a good question to answer, to ask in the member questions. But I think it drills back down to the whole be kind concept. There's just no need. What happened in this country where we lost that, COVID, social media, to your point, it's like, it's so easy to hide behind a keyboard. And I'm not asking people not to have opinions. I've had a couple recently. I had someone say, I'm a veteran and I think you're anti-free speech. And, and I popped back with, I was married to a Marine. My father was a Marine. My daughter dates a Marine. I'm not at all. I'm very supportive of free speech and democracy and everything good in this country. I just think do it on your own page, or do it with civility on your town Facebook page. There's just no need to be nasty and to fight.
Stacia, you're a lot more kind than I am, because I'm like, well, you do not even deserve an answer to that. It doesn't matter. I've served in the service, sir. No, it's not okay.
And I think the other thing is, not everything is political. So many discussions on Sandwich Scoop and other places, somehow they devolve. I think that's the right word. They devolve into a political discussion, and you look at it and you go, what? How did we get from trash pickup to the national election?
Well,
Yeah.
because no one's being listened to at home, and they've come to the town page for company.
Oh.
Yeah,
And
you're
it goes somewhere.
absolutely correct. That is what it is. Yep. We go there to get it all out.
Someone will listen to me over here,
Right.
and then they'll engage me, whether it's good behavior or bad behavior. I'm going to get some validation for the words that I'm going to spew here.
Right.
That's true. The whole
You're
negative.
either going to agree with me or
attention
tell me that
thing.
I'm nuts, but
Oh
don't
my
tell me something.
gosh. Yeah. Yeah.
Mari says it's a great page, and I've got the same issue in my group. You need to have those prerequisite questions. Beth wants a weather page just for Cape Cod and the islands. For why? It's never going to be right.
Right. Exactly. That's my next career. I'm going to make a couple 100,000 for being wrong all the
We
time.
were definitely in the wrong area, and I know
Yeah.
Eric Fisher's probably like, "Oh, Stephanie, stop saying that."
Yeah.
Sorry, Eric. Good morning, Eva, Mary Jane. Thank you guys so much for joining us. Alex, we've got Stacia Bradley, who is the administrator of the Sandwich Scoop. It's a great page if you're looking for what's going on in the town of Sandwich, and definitely the pulse of the town. I think you've done a really good job of keeping that to a sandwich flavor for sure. You've done a great job.
Thank you. That means a lot.
Yeah. And I think I found that on your page, some of the, maybe not town officials, but former town officials who still know what's going on, they feel comfortable about coming on and providing information to sometimes, clear up the misconceptions or respond to the rumors. And I think that's really helpful as well. And that's something that you don't see on other pages. People are just throwing bombs.
Well, what's different from your page versus other Sandwich Town pages?
All right, I'm going to try and maintain kindness here.
Hey, exactly.
We're just not the Wild West, and I think that whether it be time or just not that important to other administrators, they just let it go. They will let the infighting go on. They will let anything be posted, despite some of their rules saying they won't, and that's just never going to be my style. I will hit the delete button. Right now I have post approval on. You know what? Whose rear that's a pain in? Mine. I wish I didn't have to do it. It breaks my heart when someone's missing their dog and I am at work and I miss a post for 4 hours.
Yeah.
But the children just can't behave sometimes. So you need rules, you need boundaries. Don't we all perform better when we know what the guidelines are, when we know what the parameters are?
Yeah.
That's my theory on that. If you know the rules and the laws, you should be able to, perform better. But right now I got post approval on. I toggle between turning it on and off. Don't alert anybody. And then often I go, whoops. All right.
Yep.
I'm promptly reminded of why I have this on there. When I take the bumpers off, nobody can behave.
But I think what that does is, Stacia, that guards against the misinformation.
Yeah,
that
exactly.
gets out there. I mean, we moved out of Sandwich 2 years ago, and obviously I'm still involved and I still follow. But reading some of the comments and some of the opinions on some of the pages about the new, for the lack of a better term, senior citizen center or Center for Active Living, I was thinking, oh my God, you mean nobody's there? They built this building and nothing's happening. And then when you find out what's going on, that place is hopping.
Yeah.
But the misinformation, I mean, I didn't know any better because I don't live in town anymore. But until I found out, and I was just thinking, all the people in town who maybe really aren't plugged in, they're thinking there's nothing going on over there, and it's a huge monstrosity that nobody's using, and that's just not the case.
Well, that's kind of my standpoint on all Facebook pages. I was actually actively involved in the Falmouth page a couple of days ago. I happen to work at 4Cs, and with the advent of free college, the misconceptions, the posts, I felt like I was the free college police for a couple of days.
That's true. That's not true. That's real. No, that's not real.
Facts matter. They matter. And I don't know when we entered a world where they don't, but I'm a big believer. And the problem, Hank, to your point with with social media is you can put anything out there and people bite. So yeah,
'Cause if it fits their narrative, they're ready to go.
yep.
I've got evidence now.
Right.
That's not
Yep.
evidence.
Yep,
That's not even real.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just
Yep.
curious, what were people saying about free college that you had to jump in and straighten out?
You know what? We don't have enough time, but you know, I had to correct a lot that it was only for certain people, that the colleges were going to be filled with illegals now, that it was being paid for by you and me, that this is where our tax dollars were going. They were railing against Maura Healey. You know, it was endless. I felt like it was like the firework that I, you know, kept trying to catch and go, that's not true. Well, that's not true. And that's not true. We are up 35%, I believe, over last year in college enrollment at 4Cs. There are adults in their 50s going back now because it is free. It is the most amazing program. You still have to qualify. Free college is not just free
you just don't
college.
walk in.
Yeah,
Hi, I'm here. Educate me.
Yeah, exactly. You know, you've got to go through the process. They drill down on everything else you're qualified for before we dip into the free college fund. Look at me. I should go work in financial aid.
I know, right? I'll see you over there.
Yeah. But, you know, there's just so many misconceptions, and I hate when people don't deal in fact. What's that famous saying? Better to be silent and remain thought the fool than to speak and remove all doubt.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And by the way, if you're taking any radio or communications class, we'll be back at WKKL, and I'm really looking forward to working with our students.
Yes.
It's just so much fun.
Yeah. And shout out Project Forward. We get into WKKL too. Yeah. It's a great place. The communications program is amazing. We have upgraded studios, podcasting studios. You guys can speak to it. Yeah, Lisa's done a great job over there.
She really has. And she's got some new stuff she's working on right now. So
yay.
I know. I'm really excited for this school year. I really am. Rick Burgess, KKL is the best.
Yeah.
We absolutely love our local. And Stacia, I appreciate you coming on today to just talk about maybe some decorum when you're on social media. Doesn't mean you're just out willy-nilly being crazy. It's not the Wild West. I think people need to be reminded that it is social media, and it's ultimately for entertainment. It's not real life.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. Thank you.
What did you say, Stacia?
Yeah.
I think the favorite phrase of yours that I have is, we just don't do that here.
Yeah, we don't do that here. Yep.
So you talk to your kids. Well, we get it away. We do this over here. Well, we don't do that in this house. It's the same thing. We don't do that
in this house. No.
Yep.
Yeah. Mary Jane says it's usually the restaurant pages. Don't even get us started.
Oh,
Those people are crazy.
Oh, that is the Wild West.
I read some reviews this morning just coming over, and I was like, why do you people even bother to go out to eat?
Yeah.
I got my main course and I hadn't finished my appetizer. Oh, shut up.
You guys, well, you bring up a good point on that note. It's you can make or break a small business, and one person's opinion is not everyone's opinion. And that's where I venture into, you know, that's why we don't do any bashing of local businesses on, you know, and people get mad at me for that as well if they've had a bad experience. But fact is, you know, because you went in and the waitress was rude, she might not be there the next time, or, you know, my experience might have been totally different. It's just not fair. And you can absolutely crush a local business. So you want to do that on your own page, have at it, but not here.
To that point, we have one of our vendors at the Mashpee Farmers Market who's also a waitress in a particular restaurant that was absolutely skewered on social, but responded with one of the waitresses that worked in the building, with something positive on it. And it ended up bringing their business way more business for the bad review. So you can turn it around and make this a teachable moment.
Yeah,
so
that's true. That's true. So says Dave Portnoy after lambasting the pizza shop that is now thriving.
Right? Exactly. I think people are starting to come around, and I'm giving them a little bit more faith than I think that we should sometimes. But as we're going into political season, as we're starting the new school year, as we're starting with new teachers, new administrations, new places. And I'm speaking just in Mashpee alone. I know Sandwich is at the same situation. You've got the same with new everything.
Yep.
And I know a lot of strong opinions are going to start happening in September, October, and November. So I just think that this is a great conversation. And thank you so much for starting that with us here.
Thank you so much. Thank you. And thanks for having me.
All right. Thanks, Stacia. We'll talk to you soon.
Take care,
Bye,
guys.
Stacia.
All right, bye.
So awesome. Good to have her too.
That was great.
Well, it's just nice to have a dialogue about, can we just get along for a little while, guys? And if you've got an opinion, don't be a dick. That's like literally like two things. This words of wisdom I've given my children their whole lives.
Let's see now. We don't do that here versus if you've got an opinion, don't be a dick.
That's it. This is my page, Hank. I can say what I want.
You can say
here.
what you want. Okay. Okay.
Amazing.
You know, and but what it speaks to is not only on that page, but you know, in other situations. Your page is Cape Cod Dining at Home and everywhere else or whatever. There's a time and a place.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
we go there to share recipes. Look what I made from the food that I had here.
Right.
I had nothing in the fridge and I made this. Great. Or I tried this, or I had so-and-so's recipe. This is why we're here on this page.
Right.
We're in this classroom. We're talking about this class. You're not learning algebra when you're going to social studies. Like, just keep it to your place. Keep
right.
it in their rooms, in their groups, please, before it spills into everything.
You know, I mean, Mari rules Cape Cod Dining at Home and everywhere else with an iron fist. I mean, there's just none of it. She takes absolutely none of it.
And we've got a growing group. And yes, my duck work people have worked their way in. And my this people. And I'm like, report, delete. And I will continue to report and delete you right on out of events on Cape Cod. We were sharing cool events at different places. And I'm not dealing with your nonsense. So keep your spam to yourself. So I saw that we
Amen.
And thank you. We have an encampment at the Rotary, apparently.
Wasn't that strange?
It was, well, not really, because I feel like anywhere there is a place that wouldn't be investigated so much is a great place to go camping on Cape Cod.
And that's the place
the
that
Rotary,
wouldn't be investigated.
Though, like,
but how did they get there?
I don't know. Right? Especially since there are cameras all around it because of the state police.
Right. And you have to run across the street into oncoming traffic.
Like, who's playing Frogger with camping equipment to go and camp out in the Rotary? Kudos. If you really want to do that, you go right on ahead. But I don't find that enjoyable whatsoever.
No.
That's some weird people watching. And what if one of those cars, God forbid, especially with the Rotary painted the way it is right now, goes flying through the middle into the bush?
Right. And people not understanding how to drive in the Rotary.
Right. We got enough problems.
Oh, yeah.
The traffic is at an all-time high right now.
Oh, my goodness. Yes.
Either later on today or tomorrow, I'm going to be talking to Rebecca, who we mentioned on the show, ended up having her baby on the side of 6 because she was from Brewster and trying to get off Cape.
Didn't get there.
We didn't make it. And she ended up cutting the umbilical cord in a Duncan parking lot. Baby Summer was born in Duncan.
That's a story, though.
That is an absolute story. That's a Cape Cod story if I ever heard one.
I mean, is her middle name like Donut or something?
I don't know, but she should get something free. We discussed it yesterday. She deserves free things.
Right. Everything on the app for free forever.
Well, I don't know about all that. Inflation and whatnot. We have our summer auction for the Boys and Girls Club. I just posted it on the Lemonadio Facebook page, lemonadio.com. Please give us a like. Please give us a share. We're almost at 4,000 people on that page, and we would love to continue to grow that community as well, as we're doing a lot of Cape Cod cool things. So there are some fun little adventures on there, a lot of different golf places, some fun foodie adventures, private chefs, cruises, some lobster roll Celtics tickets I saw. So go on there, bid often, check back, and support the Boys and Girls Club. We really appreciate that.
If you're a golfer, this is a great time to win a foursome, to get on a course that you would never get on otherwise.
Yes, thank you.
You know, you may think you're paying through the nose, but it's going to a good cause, and you're never going to play there again.
Right.
And there are all kinds of courses here on Cape Cod where you think to yourself, wow, I'd love to play there.
Yeah.
You probably don't play well enough to play well, but at least to say that you've played at X.
Right. I got on there. I got to see Woods Hole Golf Club. Very beautiful. I think that's one of the adventures over there. Shout out to our friends over at Woods Hole Golf Club.
Right.
Hi, don't you miss me? Saw Phil Donahue passed away. He lived a good life.
Yes, he
Like
did. He was
88 is respectable.
right. And he and Marlo Thomas were married like 40-something years, I think.
That's a long time.
That's a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not 21 years. I wonder if that was forgotten. So.
And Mari, I know our anniversary is next month and it's 35. I got it, really.
That's fine. I'll forget his birthday this week also. So that's what? Oh, it was your birthday today? I forgot. Forgot that.
No, I always remember we always remember our wedding anniversary because Mari is also her anniversary today, real estate.
Oh, perfect. Isn't that nice when dates align?
Yes.
I'm not a good date rememberer.
Oh, really?
No.
Oh.
In fact, our wedding anniversary, I always have to say, is it my mom's birthday or is it my wedding anniversary? Because one is the day after the other one.
Oh.
I don't have to worry about celebrating that one, so it's fine. What's going on in the world of real estate? I know that I'm trying to get into a property I would like to see before Mari runs away to hot Texas.
God bless her. I just
Mari's
going to Texas next week for a conference. She's leaving Sunday, I think, and she's coming back Friday. And why anyone would want to go to Dallas?
I'm getting weird postcards in the mail. Did you sell a home between blah, blah, blah? Then you could be like, they're ambulance chasers for attorneys. And so and it was sent to my daughter, which I burst out laughing. I was like, yeah, Mackenzie bought nothing. Like, no, she did not buy a house.
Well, here's what happened. Here's what happened. There was a class action suit against the National Association of Realtors.
Okay.
There was a settlement that came out of that changed some of the procedures for buying and selling a home. Any brokerage that agreed to be part of that settlement is covered now. There are a handful of brokerages, one of them large brokerage that has a presence here in Cape Cod and elsewhere, that is currently not part of the settlement.
Okay.
So what you've got attorneys trolling for people who bought homes from that company that was not part of the settlement. But by and large, every brokerage is part of the settlement. And what essentially it's done is it's made the process, I don't want to say complicated, they just created more paperwork. If you're selling your house, you now obviously have a contract with the professional you're hiring to sell your home. You also have to sign a different piece of paper now saying how much you are willing to compensate the buyer's representative. It was always negotiable. That was one of the bones of contention of this lawsuit, that people claimed they didn't know that they didn't have to pay the buyers. You never had to. So it's created more paperwork. This was the first weekend of it. Talking to our colleagues at Today Real Estate and some meeting that we had yesterday, the world didn't end.
Okay.
Everybody signed the paperwork just fine.
Okay.
Were there some sellers that said, no, I don't want to pay anybody? That's fine. But if you say you're not going to pay anybody, you also have to understand that when a buyer makes an offer, their representative's compensation may be part of that offer.
Okay.
That's essentially what it comes down to. If you continue to say no, that means that you may lose certain buyers who can afford to buy a home, but that extra whatever compensation for their representative, they can't do it. And here's the funny thing. The people that bring the money to the table in a real estate transaction are the buyers.
Right.
And the sellers are the ones who are deciding how it's going to be spent.
Right.
It is the most bizarro thing when you step back and think about it. But that's how it goes. But that's essentially how it is. Don't panic.
Yeah.
Everybody's been well trained. The world didn't end. We're fine.
Okay.
But my
it's just
God,
a little difference in paperwork.
Just a little difference. Essentially, a little difference in paperwork is simplify. But I mean, I follow a lot of realtors on Facebook and elsewhere, and man, the pants wedding that was going on.
Well, I mean, it's just stressful.
Crazy.
I mean, when you have to learn a new skill,
yes,
as we age, we don't like learning new things. We like to keep everything the same because we've always done it that way, and that's how it's always been. And I know it's very difficult to change things, but I am a slow warmer-upper to change, but I get there eventually. Right. I never say no right away. It just takes me a little while to grasp the whole concept. And then when I get a flow going, I'll go. And I've been gentle with myself when it comes to that stuff. I had a meeting yesterday with a friend of mine who's kind of transitioning also and learning some new things and what's good for her business and what's not good for her business. And I'm trying to bring her into our business. And so we're trying to broker this deal. It's very similar. Workflow. I said, it took me 3 years just to grasp this concept. And now I'm on year 4 and I'm like, okay, now let's add more crap to the mix.
Right.
It's always a constant thing that you have to re-educate yourself, relearn better ways to do things. And the sooner you grasp that, the easier it's going to be for you.
Right.
We've got this. We can do new things.
Right.
Yes, we can.
And the world's never going to end.
Yes, we can.
It's never going to end. Hey, by the way,
Not in our lifetime.
When the stock market crashed a couple of weeks ago,
Yes.
is the world still spinning?
Yes.
Is the stock market okay?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. I still have no stocks. Oh, I might. I'm on my little app. I'll have to check it. My 75 cents and John Deere is doing okay, I think. So all that residual money I'm getting every month, Hank, it's like 3 whole cents.
Wow. Wow.
I'll retire on it someday. Someday I'll make it. All that compounded interest.
You're never going to retire.
Never.
Just like we're never going to retire.
It's like, what
We're
is
both in
that?
businesses. I'm in 2 businesses where you just keep going.
Yep, exactly. But it's also fun. Like, I cannot complain at our space. I don't know if you can complain at your space. Maybe you can.
Mhm.
Maybe you're scrubbing toilets and it's just not that place that you want to be in.
There's a personality or host or whatever on Sirius XM. He's on, I think it's Classic Tracks. Mari can correct me. Earl Bailey.
Yeah.
Been around forever. He's 78 or 79 years old. He's broadcasting, I think, from Wellfleet.
Love it.
He's retired, and his line is covering the world from Cape Cod.
There you go. I love it. So we got to get him on the show.
Yes. Yeah, he's a really cool dude, Earl Bailey.
I
Yeah,
know.
all right, let's try to get him.
Yeah, I know.
I will work on that.
At least 3 or 4 national broadcasters that are here on the Cape regularly. And Cliff has set most of them up to work from their homes.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because he knows how the digital landscape works and
Right.
can plan it better for most people. Then
Yeah.
it's also a new animal once you're leaving one area to another,
Right,
or connectivity issues, which he absolutely understands. So I'm thankful for that.
right.
But having an in-house engineer is very helpful.
Mm-hmm.
Babe, can you go deal with that? Thank you.
Right.
Thank you.
And when's our anniversary?
It's tomorrow. Tomorrow. The hell. You don't need to celebrate it tomorrow. You just need to ease into it. And then we'll celebrate the fact that he is older than me for a whole 4 months,
Oh, wow.
right? This is the time where I'm dating an older man.
Oh, okay. I've been
For 4 whole months.
I've been older than Mari from the beginning, so that's no big deal.
Lily thanked you for the ride home the other day, and she was cracking up telling me, she's like, well, Mari was just telling him what to do, and he was yes deering her to death, and she was not having it. I was cracking up laughing.
Oh yeah, stoplight coming up here.
Especially, yep, an outsider for
You
that.
need to slow down. Take a left. No, right. Rat. Blip. Okay.
How did we survive without our spouses before that? We don't know.
I don't know.
We don't know.
No, I must have lived through life.
We have a lot going on here at Lemonadio. Eventsoncape.com is where you can find our full listing of activities. We've got tickets this week to the Paranormal Cirque 3. I got to have a chat with Roxana Mitty, who
Mhm.
has the best arms I've ever seen. She's an acrobat trapeze artist.
Best
that is-
arms.
Arms. She's sitting there in the interview, and all I could do was stare at her arms. I'm like, unbelievable. But I guess when you're holding on for your life, you should have nice arms. She's an actual trapeze artist. So she does acrobatics and whatnot.
That's not something I think I'd say about a woman.
Ah,
Nice arms, nice
shit.
legs, but no, not nice arms.
Beautiful arms. Please, she doesn't have the bat wing, like the thing that we all get when we're older. My kids were like, oh, Mom, your arms are fluffy. And I'm like, no one wants to hear that. She did not have that. I was very envious of those arms.
Did you ask her for her secret?
No, obviously she holds on for her life. I don't need to know her secret. You can see what her secret is. If she doesn't do that, she dies. She
You should
has
be
to
able
hold
to
on.
set up some kind of a
Sure.
thing here where you could just
Roxana.
you could just hang for a while every day.
Well, because it's the Paranormal Cirque, she's I guess her character is the exorcist. So I don't want her. I don't want her up there.
When she hangs and her head spins around, and she
I just got a super scary visual.
I'm sorry.
Your mother so sucks at smell. I can't. We're about to enter horror season. It's my least favorite. And I have 2 or 3 good friends that are obsessed with it. They love it.
And your daughter's going to be in Salem. And how cool is that?
I like pumpkins and fall flavors. Like, give me apples.
Not pumpkin spice.
No, not pumpkin spice. Please and thank you. I'm not ready for it. I'm not ready for it when I'm in it. I do actually like pumpkin pie and stuff like that.
Oh, I do
We
too.
say
I love
yes to
pumpkin
that.
pie.
But I don't need it in my cup of coffee. No, thank you.
Nope.
So we are looking forward to that Paranormal Cirque. We've got that. Next week, we've also got Cape Playhouse.
Mhm.
So if you've got something that is going on in your town and you want to share it with us, you want us to give away tickets, you want us to highlight it, we would love to shine a light on something cool that you're doing in your town. So please reach out to us on the Cape and beyond because we love it. Hank's got his new jazz show. Loving the tunes.
My no blues show.
Jazz and blues.
Yep. Blues on Saturday mornings, jazz on Sunday mornings.
I've got some new music that I'm going to be adding to the rotation.
Yes, I kind of dumped a whole bunch of new music on you.
I was like, okay, we just started. Like, we're easing into this.
Here, have some more.
So you're going to find something new and fresh all of the time here at Lemonadio. We've got Michael that's working on Sundays now.
Yes.
We've got some new folks that are entering as September starts.
Yes.
And a couple of new hosts and shows that are on their way. I know I've got a meeting today with a new host.
Oh, good.
I know. Hopefully, I haven't gotten a text message that that's off yet.
Mhm.
And then we're talking to some new E4All applicants today. So
Other than that, you're not doing anything.
I'm really just, it's my day off on Tuesday, everybody.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm going to make it to my workout, Jillian. Thank you.
She says now.
God, I know. Let's hopefully my day doesn't get away from me.
Mhm.
Please connect with us. Download our app, lemonadio.com. Alexa, play Lemonadio Radio. You can find us on Roku. And yes, like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We
And be
appreciate
patient
you.
with Alexa. I'm having trouble with Alexa right now.
You have to stop. It's like, Alexa, play Lemonadio Radio.
And I'm getting some radio station in Los Angeles.
Son of a. I'll have to check it. You have a great day, Rick. Mary Jane, Runaway at the Parrot, the Martins Jazz Band. The vibe is on a scenic brunch train.
Ooh.
I like Runaway Saturday. We're going to have to check that out. Thank you, Mary Jane. We will. All right. For Hank and I, we say goodbye. Have a great day.
Yep. I'll see you at noontime, folks.
What do you got going on?
Well, you know how here in the Cape, we for years have, decorated our homes with a Christmas tree shop.
Yes.
Well, I found a list of things you can buy at Walmart
Oh,
that are relatively cheap, that are really cool decorations. So if you're struggling because there's no more Christmas tree shop,
I know. I miss the tablecloths.
then I have some suggestions for you.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. I'll be listening. Lunch break with Hank here on Lemonadio. Have a great day, everybody. See ya.
Bye.
Good. I need my seasonal tablecloths.
There you go.